Okay guys, so let's do a quick review and see how you did. When we are looking at our fractions, we know that we can have shapes. And our shapes right here that we see are divided into equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have another shape that also has 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I wanted to know what is the unit fraction for each of these shapes, I know that the unit fraction is one part that it takes to make the whole. And in this whole there are 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So I know that my denominator has to be 4. And this part is 1/4. This part is 1/4. This part is 1/4. And this part is 1/4. So I know that one of the pieces that it takes to make the whole thing is 1/4. So the unit fraction is 1/4. In my shape over here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. So I know that 1 out of the 4 parts is 1/4. 1 out of the 4 parts is 1/4. 1 out of the 4 parts is 1/4. And 1 out of the 4 parts is 1/4. So when I'm also talking about my fractions, I know that when I shade in part of it, I can identify what part of it I have colored in. So I'm going to shade in this whole part right here, yellow, and then I'm going to go on to my other part right here, and I'm going to shade this many parts, yellow. So if I wanted to know how many fourths I had shaded in, I could count that up. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, 6/4, 7/4. So I can see that I have 7/4 total shaded in. I can also represent that on a number line. If I start at the end down here, I know I have 0. If I go all the way to the end of the first hole, I know that would be 1 hole. And if I count all the way to the end, I know that I have 2 holes. 1 hole, 2 holes. 1 hole, 2 holes. But I can see that I have divided my hole into parts, so I can show that on my number line as well. I use my line right here to show me one tick mark would be here. My next tick mark would be here. My next one here. And my next one here. My next one here. And my next one here. Then I can use what I learned to show that if I hop here, I know that that would be 1/4. And another hop would be 2/4. And another hop would be 3/4. And another hop would be 4/4. And another would be 5/4. And another would be 6/4. And another would be 7/4. If I went the whole way, it would be 8/4. But if I wanted to identify where was it that I colored all the way to yellow, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, 6/4, 7/4. So the fraction shaded in is 7/4. Now you're going to have a draw it where you're going to identify what is the unit fraction in our models. Then you're going to label your number line to show each of the tick marks and what they're worth. And then after that, you're going to tell me what is the total fraction that is shown. Good luck, mathematicians.